Hey guys, so who's surprised that I'm doing a review on this foundation? Nobody. Anyway, so I'm here today with the new Nars Soft Matte Complete Foundation. Nars came out with a foundation. I was so excited for this when I saw it on Trend Mood's page, and I also saw it on the Nars their Instagram page. I'm a huge fan of their soft matte concealer in the pot, and it was one of my top 8 concealers. So I was very intrigued by this. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the foundation and then we're going to jump right into the demo. Okay, so it retails for $40. I got mine off of the Sephora website. I ordered it yesterday. It came today. So I'm trying to film and edit on the same day. All right, so it has a total of 34 shades, and they said it's a 16-hour oxidation-resistant foundation. That's good to know. That balances oil while maintaining a hydrated skin-like finish, protects from pollution and blue light. The coverage is full and the finish is matte. Okay. Ingredients and stuff like that, I'll try to have everything listed in the description box, but I'm just going to talk a little bit more about what they say. I'm not going to go into all the details about ingredients and stuff like that. All right. So it says discover comfortable 16-hour wear, oxidation resistant, transfer resistant, very important as well, sweat proof, microalgae and biohyaluronic acid balance excess sebum while keeping skin hydrated and help protect skin from pollution and blue light damage. So I guess it protects you. It's like a sunscreen, kind of, probably have sunscreen in it. Unique oil absorbing powders create a smooth second skin finish. All right, so that was in the what else you need to know. And this is supposed to be for normal, dry, combination, and oily skin tones. Okay. So I got the shade Macao, and I got the shade Macao because I'm Macao in their foundation. I'm Macao in the Sheer Glow. I'm Macao in this foundation, which I brought out because I'm going to do a comparison swatch just to make sure the shades are like similar and it's not, because sometimes they can say Macao and then it maybe looks a little lighter, a little darker. Okay. So it comes in typical the Nars outer packaging, this dark kind of matte packaging, and it has a standard 30 mils, I think. Let me double check. I don't think there's any reason to think it doesn't, but let me just double check because it's like in a squeezy tube. So, oh, see? It has more than 30 mils. It has 1.5 ounces, which is 45 mils. So you get more because the standard foundation is 30 mils. So you get 45, you get, 50 more ounces. Okay, so this is what the packaging looks like. I think it's cute. It's like rubbery, it's spongy, it's like squeezy, which I do like squeezy tubes because you can get everything out. The only downside to squeezy tubes for me is that, it doesn't have a pump, so you're squeezing, sometimes you squeeze out more than you would like. Anyway, so this is what the packaging looks like, and I don't know if it's a frosted plastic or what, but this Macao is looking kind of light compared to the Macao that I'm used to. All right, so I'm wearing moisturizer and I primed with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Setting Spray, which has been my I've been obsessed with that spray as a primer and as a setting spray. Okay. So I'm going to shake this up, and I'm going to have all my comparable foundation shades, if you're here for the first time, in the description box. But for just a general reference, I'm NC50 in MAC. Okay, so this is standard squeezy tube. Looks like something that MAC, I think MAC has a foundation that has the same. All right, okay. So this is what the shade looks like. Okay, it's looking like Macao. It's looking like Macao now. In the container, it looked a little light. So let me just swatch my Longwear next to it. Just to double check, make sure it's, it has the same undertone. All right, so these are the two shades swatched side by side, and it's pretty much the same shade. So if you're Macao in this foundation, you don't have to worry about maybe, you know, the shade is darker or lighter. It's pretty much the same. Anyway, let's get into the demo. So I put this amount on, and I'm going to use my e.l.f. sponge, which is my favorite sponge. And also, if you're here for the first time, my neck is a lot darker than my face. So don't be too alarmed, and you don't need to remind me in the comments that my, you know, my face is darker than my neck. I'm aware. Okay, so it has the same look that Macao has. Nice amount of yellow. This is very like first impression. It has a nice sort of velvet texture to it. And it's definitely full coverage, and it's already looking pretty flawless on. Very easy to blend. I washed my sponge before I came out here, and it just feels like it still has soap in it. But I think I squeezed out all, but that's how it feels. I hate that. I don't put too much foundation under my eyes. Again, if you're here for the first time, because I figure I'm going in with concealer anyway. So I know that may look weird, but okay. So that pretty much covered just that area of my face. I think I need a little bit more for my forehead, but so far what I am seeing, I like very much. There's something so like soft and velvety about this foundation. Like, initial application, of course, I'm super impressed. All right, guys, so this is the foundation over my entire face, and it went on very velvety, but now it's definitely drying down matte. It's given me a sort of a powdery kind of matte finish. I feel like I've already said it with powder. It's kind of strange, but I love the way it looks on my skin. I love the finish. I love the full coverage because I'm a full coverage kind of girl. And you guys know I love this, the Longwear Nars foundation. This is one of my top 10 foundations. And this looks very pretty. Looks very pretty on the skin. But like I said, to me, it feels sort of powdery. It feels as though like I've already set it with powder. And to me, it's starting to look like I've already set it with powder, which is kind of unique for me. I don't own any foundations that look like settles as like it has powder. But anyway, what I like to do now, I like to go off camera, finish up the rest of my face, and then come back with some more thoughts. Right now, it is 2:52 p.m. So I'm going to go finish up the rest of my face, and I'll come back with more thoughts on this foundation. All right, guys, I am back with the rest of my makeup on, and I have a lot of thoughts on this foundation. So let me just jump right into it because I have to do my wear test. It's beautiful, but it's so interesting. When I was putting my concealer on, I used my tried and true Benefit Bowing Concealer in shade 10. I can never go wrong with that. So I always have that as a concealer that I use with anything I'm going to test out. It never lets me down, and it's the perfect color. When I was putting the concealer on, to me, it felt almost like I was putting concealer over powder. That's how it felt. It's a very flawless finish. It is matte, and I don't think it's a soft matte. It's matte. It's just matte, but it's not a matte that will make you look like dead. There's some kind of life to it, but yet it's not soft. It's not a velvet matte either. It's not a satin matte. It's just matte. There's nothing natural about this foundation. You can see you're wearing foundation. It's just flawless. It's like it just stuck to my face. And then to me, it dried down sort of like very, almost like I powdered it, like I said before. And when I was putting my concealer on top of it, like I said, I felt as though I was putting my concealer over powder, like I'd already set my face, and now I'm putting concealer over. And I really didn't need to powder it, but me, I just cannot put on my foundation without powdering it. So I powdered it with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finish Powder in shade 4. But it's so beautiful. I look very doll-like because it's like, it's just on there and it just makes your skin look perfect, but it's very matte. Now, in my opinion, if you have very dry skin, I don't think this is a foundation for you. It's matte. But it doesn't feel dry in an awful kind of way either, but it definitely dries down very matte. And if you're very dry, I mean, I have normal to dry skin. I'm more like on the normal side now. And if you have dry skin, I don't think you need to powder this. Don't powder it. You don't need to powder it because, like I said, it looks as though it's already powdered to me when you put it on. But it still played nicely with the concealer, although to me it felt like I was putting it over powder. And so I did one eye and blend that out. I just wanted to make sure, but it blended out nicely. I didn't have it, as you can see, no patchiness or anything. Played very nicely. I'm wearing my Fenty cream bronzer today. Played very nicely with that as well. And it's just a spectacular finish, guys. But it's just, the texture of it is, I don't own a foundation like this that's very powdery, but yet looks like this. Because I don't like foundations that in the description that says dry down to like powder. I don't like that. I want to powder my own foundation. But this looks amazing. Anyway, guys, so let's see how it wears. So what time is it now? It's, come on, where's the time? Where's the time? It's 3:14 p.m. 3:14 p.m. Hope you guys can see that. So it's 3:14 p.m. I'm definitely going to try my best to at least wear this for 7 hours. I actually have some stuff to do. I have to run out. And it's humid today. It's not as hot, but it's muggy. It's humid. So let's see how it holds up. But so far, this is really, really, really pretty. All right, guys. I'll see you later for my final check-in. All right, guys. So I am back for my final check-in. It's now 11:01 p.m. I put this on like around 3 or so. So it's like about 8 hours. And obviously, it's 11 o'clock at night. No natural light. I'm using full-on ring light. So I hope it doesn't look too crazy. But guys, this is what the foundation looks like. It looks like it did exactly what I put it on. I have never, this is just, I cannot find a flaw with this foundation at all, guys. Look at this foundation. It's matte as hell. I don't even think you need, like in the wintertime, I don't think you need to set this. Look at my laugh lines where I always have the most concerns with like creasing and separating. Everything just looks fine. A little bit of my oil peeked through as usual, like around my nose. That's because I usually put a little highlight on my nose. And of course, my cheek has highlighter. But look at the rest of my face. It's matte. But although it's matte, like I said, I don't think it's a velvet matte. I don't think it's a satin matte. I can't wait to go myself and look at reviews on this foundation because this is just matte, but yet it doesn't look too like, you don't look dead, you don't look like too fake. It's just perfection. This is such a beautiful foundation. I'm smiling because I'm like, whoa. It really surprised me, honestly, because I was like, oh, the soft matte, you know, concealer, now the soft matte foundation, you know, but this formula, it's very unique in my opinion because like I said, it feels very powdery as it dries down. But after 8 hours, it doesn't look too powdery at all. It just looks just so beautiful and flawless. Like all day, guys, I was looking at my skin, at how beautiful it looks. This is an absolutely stunning foundation. And it says it's transfer proof. Every time I've tested out a foundation that said transfer proof, I've never got a chance to test that on camera. So it's been 8 hours. It's mixed with my oils and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use a clean tissue. And let's see. Transfer proof. Let's put it all over. See? All right, so you can see a little bit. I hope my ring light is not blinding you guys, but right here you can see a little bit of transfer, not a lot. I'm not sure, well, I'm wearing black. I'm not sure how it is on clothes, but the transfer, I don't think it's too bad at all. I think this is mostly a little bit of the oil that peeked through from my skin. And you know, guys, like when you're wearing a really beautiful foundation, you don't want to take it off. I don't want to take this foundation off. Like, I really don't want to take this foundation off. And I probably could have waited until 1 in the morning, maybe another hour. But I have to, you know, I have to edit and stuff like that. But it's so beautiful and so flawless. It just looks... If you were thinking of this foundation, of getting this foundation, guys, just grab it. I mean, just go ahead and get it. You're not going to regret it. It's so pretty. Like, look at my face. It looks like as though I didn't wear it for 8 hours. It looks as though I just, oops, my camera, I just knocked my table into it. Sorry. It looks like I just put it on. Look at that. It's completely flawless, guys. This is so pretty. Anyway, guys, so I love this foundation. Really, really love it. I don't want to take it off because I've been obsessed with my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Foundation. I've been wearing that so much, and this is giving that a run for its money. And this is the perfect foundation, I think, for the heat because I did a lot of running around today. I was outside, it's so humid, so muggy, and it still looks so beautiful and so flawless. I know I'm rambling, but I'm just enjoying looking at myself with this foundation. That's how pretty it is. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye, guys.